Hello again, I am John Bob and welcome back to another Farming Simulator 17 map tour. This is Green River 2017 and as you can see it is seasons ready. Now I've had a wander around this map already and wow is all I can say. This map is incredible, absolutely amazing. I am so much in love with this thing and I think when you see it you will be too. So let's jump in and take a closer look. So this is by Bart from NDL Farmers. This was originally a 2015 map that was very well received, so much so that Bart decided to go ahead and actually convert this over to Farming Simulator 17. It's a big-ish size file, 492 megabytes. It's available now on PC and console, and obviously this is the PS4 that we're looking at this on. And I absolutely love this map. This is where we start. Our little sort of farmhouse here, right on the side of our farm. You can see there's some of our barn equipment over there. And I love this grass. First and foremost, I love this grass. This is brilliant. It's a new grass texture for us here on console. It just looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely fantastic. And we've got this wonderful little driveway here onto the main road. This is a really nice little house, a really nice little feature. I absolutely love that. But this map is chocked full of nice little details, and the traffic is fast as well. It's moving a little bit slow here, but there are parts of the map where this traffic whizzes around at 30 miles an hour, so you do need to be careful. Do you see reflective beacons? I see reflective beacons. Thanks for saying that it wasn't possible, Giants. This is our sort of starting farm. This isn't necessarily the main farm because there's no silo here, but this is the starting farm, and well, I'm in love with this farmyard. It's incredible. We have a case 1455. We have the small Great Plains cedar there, and the small cultivator from Kuhn, and we have roll door storage at the yard, which I'm a huge fan of. I love these buildings. Inside here we have a New Holland 8340. You'll notice we have some nice little scenic decorations in here, some workshop benches. We have some pallets here with Fendt equipment, New Holland and John Deere. Do not read anything into that, please. This does not mean John Deere is coming to console. I have to say this every time. We have another case 1455 and we have the small Metaltech trailer here, the DB8. And then as we move around, I want to kind of show off some of it in order. We have more vehicle storage over here. Another roll door with an actual side pedestrian door for us as well. And again, those doors there open too. All of these lights will come on automatically at 9 o'clock. We have no control over them. There are no light switches that I have found that work anywhere on this map. All the lighting is completely automatic. As we roll around here, we have this area here, and I'm not 100% certain, but I think this might be a manure pit for the cows, which are here at the farm. I'm not 100% certain, but I think that's the manure pit, and I'll explain that why. Well, you'll see why I think that when we get up towards the pigs. We've got a nice little fuel tank just here. As we roll down here, we've got a sort of a gateway going out onto the main road next to our farmhouse there. That one is gated. Nice easy open door. We've got some lovely sort of scenic props here, some bales half underneath the tarpaulin. It's a nice little scenic touch here. This is just a scenic silo. It has no function that I can tell whatsoever, and I believe these are completely scenic as well. But in this nice little sort of work bay wash area that we have here, you can see we have a pressure washer and we have a working tap just here, and this is a water refill point for us. We can use this to actually top up water trailers just with that hose there. We have two really good sized BGA bunkers down here. Look at the size of these things. We've got two of them at this yard, and this isn't, as I say, this isn't the main farm, but this is the cow farm, so to speak, and the sheep farm as well. You can hear we've got chickens clucking around this area. Eggs will kind of spawn randomly all around here, so you'll have to look out for those. We have a seed and fertilizer refill point here. These triggers both work. I have checked them. And then over here, I've been scratching my head trying to figure out what this is. I think this might be a mixing station for feed. I haven't been able to figure out exactly what it is. This has no interactions for us, as you can see. I really do not know what this is. Maybe it's a silo tip point, but I can't see where to retrieve grain from if that's the case. I have tried, retrieving grain and haven't been able to so far down here. I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. So if somebody does know, please let me know in the comments. Would love to know what this is for, because I can't figure that out. And then we have our cows and our sheep, and they're both over here. We'll start with the sheep. So we first off have our food trough just here, and then as we open the gate, you can see just inside here, this is our dialogue box to buy our sheep direct, or if you want to drop them off, this would be where you'd unload them for manual unloading. And we've got over here inside the pen, we've got a water trough over here, and then you can see we've got this sort of building over here at the far end. Now this might be where the wool spawns. I'm not 100% certain what is over here. This might just be a bale storage point. There's no interaction markers here, so I don't think this is a barn sell point. It's not marked as one, but it could be. So if you're going to try dropping bales in there, I would suggest you do a test bale just to be on the safe side. And then you can see we've got this wonderful kind of grass of many textures in here. I think is the right way to describe it. Grass at all different kind of heights and levels. This is where our sheep live, and it's a really nice little home for them. Just close the gate off. And then on the other side, this is our cows. So this is the grass trough for our cows just here. And if we make our way over here, this is the slurry point, and there is no sort of dedicated manure point, which is why I think that is the manure point. And then if we open this roll door here, this is the drop-off point. This is the dialogue box for our cows. Really nice. You drop them off inside this building here. Obviously you've got a couple of cow scratches dotted around. And if we just pop our way out through here, we've got a really nice sort of good-sized sort of little pasture for our dairy cows. And here is the water trough for our cows just here. So you kind of have to come through this building to access that, I think. I don't think there's another way in there yet. I haven't seen it. And again, you can open out through this door here. And you also have these doors that work here as well. And this is obviously the tip point for your feed and your main feed, like your TMR, and also for your straw as well, all the way down here. So this is our really nice sort of cow building over here. And then we have the milk department of the building over here. So you can see we've got some desks, got a nice little notice board there, some computer screens. And if we come in here, we've got milk tanks, and we do actually have a rolling door here. Now, I don't know if the PC version of this is going to have an active milk plant. There is a dairy as such on the map, and that's over here. This is the dairy plant just over here. So maybe the PC users will actually get manual milk selling directly, or they may just have the option of obviously installing that mod, and then they can perhaps collect from here and then deliver to the dairy plant over there. I'm not entirely sure how it works on PC, but unfortunately, it's still automatic for us on console. Please, Giants, please make that a feature of Farming Sim 19. And then we have what I assume is the old cow barn from maybe the Farming Sim 15 version of this map. Now, you'll recognise this building as the one from Altenstein. So this is where the static cows were placed in Altenstein. You can obviously manually open these doors through here, and again you've got doors that can open out here, and instead this fence here, if we open this gate, instead of maybe this being the old paddock, this is now just a huge grass field number 26. It is absolutely massive, really, really good sized grass field, and you know, that's going to be a lot of fun to mow. So that's what this section of the farm is over here, and yeah, as I say, these doors also open as well, and that is the farm. This part of the farm, you know, that is this part of the yard. It's wonderful. I fell in love with this, you know, as soon as I saw it. It's really, really nice to look at. It, you know, it runs really smoothly. There are a few points where it gets a little bit laggy, but generally this has been really nice. And some of these props don't have collisions. Some of these trees, as you can see, we can just walk straight through those. There are a couple of items over there, like some tyre piles, that don't have collisions. You can just walk straight through them. It helps keep some of the frame rate issues down a little bit by reducing the requirements. So yeah, that is the sort of starting farmyard and the equipment that starts there. There is one more piece of equipment we start with, and that is up here, which is the main farm. And we're going to go and take a look at that just next. So as I say, the traffic is pretty fast in this, and the roads are quite long, so we'll be whizzing around in a pickup truck this time. We have this kind of river that runs straight through the map. It's a really nice little feature. And I had some trouble trying to pin down the location of where this map is, and I'm sure that it's a German map. All of the signposts are in German, so it's definitely been made by somebody who speaks German, I would imagine, if it's not based in Germany. I thought maybe initially it might have been an American themed map, but I can't see it as an American map. To me, it does seem to be a German map, and it's very, very flat across most of the map, but you know, it's stunning to look at all the way through. And this is the second farm. This is the main farm, and this small building here, this is our silo. So it doesn't look like much. There's not much here to look at, really. It's just a very small little shed like this with a pipe and then a grate here. But this holds 1 million litres of grain storage. You walk up, you open up the pit bay, and that's where we tip. And then obviously you just drive underneath this, and that's how you can retrieve your grain. No huge, great big silos dotted around, so maybe it must be underground storage that's then pumped up, perhaps. I don't know, but yeah, it's 1 million litres of storage for your grains just here in that pit. Again, that's just a static prop. That doesn't do anything in the distance. You can see we've got some kind of broken down, worn out old conveyor belts that have just been discarded at the side here. And then as we move around here, I'm going to jump out. We've got more of these roll door shutter bays, and one of these here is a workshop, as you can see. So we've again got the scenic equipment lining one side, but this one actually has a vehicle interaction box, so we can actually customize vehicles in here, which is really, really cool. Really good sized workshop here. And here is our other piece of starting equipment, the 1660 Case International. Really old combine, and all of the equipment on this is old as well. If we just show you how old this is, look, all the equipment really, really old, really, really worn. You'll get very little money for anything when you pre-own, or when you say Part X any of this equipment. So it's a very, very tough map to start financially, especially when you consider that there are no nuggets on this map, and the fields are big and expensive. So a lot of hard work is required on this map, unless of course you mod the money in. And then we have this building over here, and this, I love that. That is such a cool little feature. You think it might split straight down the middle, but no. We have a concertina door just here, and then just a single panel on this one. This door is the same again. A concertina of 3-panel door on one side, and then a single panel on the other side. It's a little quirky little feature, but it's something new. Again, it's something we haven't seen before. Really, really like that. And then we've got this big open building here, and then we've got fences that actually block off access to the doors at the back. Those do not open. But yeah, we've got a big old storage building just here. So we make our way around here. You can see we have this wonderful bayed area here. That is so cool. Just all these dedicated bays. I mean, you could throw anything in there. You could throw equipment in there. You could throw your vehicles in there, and each tractor have its own dedicated bay. A whole fleet of tractors could live in there. Or you could do 4 tractors, 4 pieces of equipment, or whatever you wanted to do. All pieces of equipment. You know, so many options and so much storage on the map as well. So you've got that massive building there. You've got that building there. This one here, and then this one here behind us again. More roll doors and manual opening doors here for us to just walk in and out of. And same again on this side, we can roll the doors and we can open these doors. Loads and loads of storage options around here. Again, we have another sort of wash point, and we have another manual tap that you can refill your water taps at, your water trailers at. I have tested this, so it does work. You do have to pay for the water on this map. So just be wary of that. And then I love these. These are grain and fertilizer silos. This one is grain, this one is fertilizer, and they work. They actually work. Again, I drove a trailer up here underneath them just to see what would happen, and you can unload directly into trailers, so I can imagine you would be able to do the same for seeders as well. But yeah, I unloaded a load of seed into the back of a trailer, tipped it on the floor, and then tried the same here and got a load of fertilizer as well. So I love that. That is so cool. Again, something new, something we haven't seen before. And more storage over here as well. Again, you've got doors there that will open as well. This is a fantastic yard. It's really, really well laid out. Loads and loads of storage space. Not massively over the top. It just feels really nicely laid out, and it looks stunning with these bits of grass that just have all these wildflowers growing through. We've got bits of sort of knackered, broken down old equipment in places. We've got skips, some with rubbish, some without. It's kind of a mixture of some old bits and some new bits kind of thrown in here. I love this. I love this. It just looks brilliant. I've been raving about this map for the last hour while I've been sort of wandering around it, and then obviously starting here as well. It's just a really, really good looking map. So where next? Well, from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to this little village scene. We're going to drive through here, and then we're going to loop up here into the BGA. I love this BGA. Then from there, we're going to come back down here over this little wooden bridge just here up to the pig yard, and we'll take a look at this little area over here as well. We'll check out these sell points. We'll loop down here to this huge forestry area. We'll check out the sawmill, the shop, and then we'll head down to these sell points down here. And then we'll check out Blacker Hall. We'll probably take a look at the dairy as well, and obviously a dealership. And there's a garden centre here as well. There's just so much stuff to look at. So let's make our way over to the BGA next. That's going to be our next port of call. But as I say, we'll do that, taking a little trip through the village as a little detour. And this is a really nice little village. So we go over the little mini girder bridge there. Now, these look a little bit hokey, these ramps, simply because the sort of textures on the side of them, they look a bit off. They don't look like they work properly. Something has gone wrong, it looks like, in the way that that's actually displayed. But in terms of actual, how it performs in the game, it's absolutely fine, but it just looks a little bit weird. But I love this little village. These houses, look great. We've got this lovely footpath that runs around either side of the road. Good fencing, pedestrians in here. You can hear the birds chirping away. It's a really pleasant little place. Really pleasant little place. And then you can go back to the main road there, or you can go to the main road just here. We're going to go this way because we're going to go straight over to the BGA. Oh, and yeah, if you take those ramps too fast, you will go flying. So be warned. Again, that's the we can't have them because they don't work reflecting beacons that, as you can see, are working absolutely fine. We've got a nice little refuel point as we enter the BGA here. We've got not one, not two, not three, but four of these huge, great big, close-ended bunkers. I love those. They're massive. You'll get so much silage in those. I'm going to have so much fun, playing around with this map. And we've got our sell point just there, and this, if we go to the biogas, as you can see, we'll do slurry, manure, and silage at this particular sell point. And then as we move along around here, you can see we've got more of this kind of roll door storage. I love these roll door buildings. It's so nice that we have a building with just loads of these. Automatic lighting on the inside. Got a little door here that we can open as well to go into like a small mini office area. I mean, there's nothing in here, but we can get in here if we want to. And then this is the digestate tank. It's an underground sort of pump connected to those massive tanks over there. I love that. This is the first time we haven't had some form of a giant tank that stands up with a pump, attachment next to it. It's just a pump completely on its own. It's so different to what we've had. I love it. It's really, really nice. This does feel slightly reminiscent in places of the BGA from what's the map I'm thinking of? No, I keep forgetting. It's been so long since I played on it. One of the very first ones that first came out was by Vertex Design and Niggles, and I cannot remember the name of the map. I'm sure people in the comments will correct me. Again, we have seed and fertilizer top-up points just here, as you can see. And we have more open bay storage over here, and more roll bay storage just here as well. Again, we've got a little decorative area, but no actual physical workshop this time. But of course, if you wanted to drop a manual toolbox in there, you could make that a workshop quite easily and convincingly. So there is our BGA, and yeah, it's a great BGA. A lot of space to move around in, a lot of storage space as well, so you can bring your big equipment over here. There's even smaller bays for some of the smaller equipment as well. You've got a nice good sell point for a few different crops, a fuel point as well, which is, I think, important at a BGA, especially if you're going to be running something like a wheel loader up here. Saves you having to take it somewhere else to refuel it all the time. Really, really nice BGA there. And then this area next to it, it looks a little bit weird. This is a small little forest, and then the rest of this, it kind of slopes at an angle from here, at a diagonal angle, and then up the side here. We've got a little bit of protected forest just here, and then this is just a giant grass field on the back of this green garden centre over here. We'll see that a little bit clearer as we move around the map. So we're into the pigs next. These curbs are quite vicious, so you need to be careful. But we've got this little dirt path here, and then this road will run all the way around the pig farm. I'm actually going to go around the main entrance just here. You see we've got a nice little access to a little seating area over here, which we'll just quickly jump in there. I didn't look at this last time I was on the map. But you can see we've got a nice little sort of car park area and a little playground area for the kiddies. A whole load of little swing sets and slides and rides and stuff. And a little moped parked up there as well. But this is the main entrance here to the pigs. And here is the pig farm itself. So this door doesn't open, but this is the dialogue box here for our pigs. So this is where we can drop them off and buy direct as well. If we wander in here, we have a big dialogue box here, and I think this is the straw point for the pigs. If we run through this building, you can see it's fenced all the way around here, and I'm pretty sure this is the pig manure pit, and this is why I thought that the other place at the other farm was the manure pit for the cows. It has this same textured bottom here, which makes me think that that's the manure pit for the cows at the other farm. Here is the slurry tank for our pigs, and then if we open this gate, To get into the pigs, this is our water trough just here, and our food trough is over here. So again, the troughs are inside the sty. As you can see, you have to really come in here and get your hands dirty and your feet muddy, and you've got access on this side as well. So access to both sides of the pen, so you can get in here and deliver your food and your water. Really nice pig farm. It's something a little bit different again, and I love the fact that the mud continues on the outside as well. So yeah, that is our pig farm just there. Right, from here we've got a very short drive to our first sell point, and this is the biomass heating plant. So this is the wood chip sell point for this map. Very simple little design, and you will get custom sound effects at some of the sell points. Not all of them, but some of them. And there it is. There is the sell point for our wood chips. Nice and simple. Drive up, drop them in there, and away you go. And you've got some nice decorative piles of wood chips that have been processed just there. So from here, we're going to rejoin the road, and we're going to loop our way around and check out the next pair of sell points. There are two. You can see the traffic moves pretty fast around here. So a 26 mile an hour tractor will hold up traffic, whereas normally, we're swerving to avoid crashing into the back of another car. Here, the traffic is 30 miles an hour. And here we go. This is the next pair of sell points. So this is Drooton's and the barn. So this is the barn itself. You can see we've got some nice scenic grass bales just here, some hay bales, and some loose straw dumped on the floor. And this is our cell box for our barn materials. And then over here we've got a nice little cell point grate. This is for Drooton's. This is one of the grain cell points, so you can drop your grain just there. Very simple little cell point, but it works really nicely, I think. Let's make our way out of here. Again, we've got automatic lighting in here, so if you do need to come here at night, it will be fully lit. And we will, at the end of the video, take a quick glance around the map, a quick tour of the map with with the night lights on, so you can see what it looks like at night. One interesting feature of the map is that obviously we've got these streams that kind of run through the map. The far border on the right hand side, as you can see, is a water border, but it does have trees just floating in the water, which does look a little bit odd. But that's probably the only thing I can say is a bit strange about this map. Everything else I think is absolutely fantastic. You can see we've got some really good sized fields as well, and one thing I do love about this map is that these fields are ridiculously easy to join together. You might have to chop down a few trees in the odd places if you want to do the joins, but whereas you can see we've got some weeds and stuff just here, I haven't seen any of those in the sort of boundaries between fields. So if you want to go ahead and create some really big fields, because there's plenty of scope to do that on this map, then you can do quite easily. We've got this nice little sort of wooded area here. You can come in and do a little bit of forestry, but this is just kind of like an appetizer for the main course when it comes to forestry, and we're going to take a look at that in just a second. And then over here you can see we've got this pond in the middle, this sort of mini lake, which feeds that small stream that we saw just over there. You can see it just there where the cursor is, that runs straight up there, and there is a little island walk through that connects to this little island here, and there's a couple of park benches there for you to come and have a little sit down and enjoy a little bit of nature. Very nice little touch there. So from here I'm going to follow this path between the fields, make our way down here to the bottom. And before we go right, we're just going to swing left a sec, because we're going to check out the forest. Now there are a couple of entrance points. That's one of them. That goes off. That path actually goes off to some fields. This is the forest. You can see we've got no motor vehicles, warning symbol there. We've also got a warning symbol here for hiking and horses, warning you to be very wary not to hurt people or hit people. And we've got this wonderful little access road that loops through to the main forest. And look at this. You can see we've got roads that kind of loop off in directions that go around these foresty areas. There's loads and loads of trees to work from. And then here, in the centre of the forest, it's a bit laggy in here because of all these trees, but we have an existing kind of stand here for some equipment, and then this is flat. So if you want to pull, create a sort of central logging point and start, working away at all these trees, this is kind of, apart from the frame lag, because there are so many trees crammed into such a small area. Once you start clearing those trees, obviously that's going to clear up no end, and make it much smoother in here. But it's a forestry dream. Look how dense some of those trees are. They're really packed in tight together. You could get no end of forestry work done in here. And then again, because it's sectioned, you can replant in stages, so you'll always have wood that you can work with. Wonderful little forest there. Really big area. When I first saw that area on the map, I thought, have we got another quarry? But no, it turns out it's a proper logging forestry area with access roads and a central location designed for you to stage all of your equipment. Really nicely done. That there will take you down to field 35. Nice little access road down there. That's all that is, just an access road to field 35. And then here is the sawmill. So we can drive into the sawmill. You can see we've got a nice good selection of logs and lumber and planks and sheets of wood and pallets all dotted around, and then there is our log sell point. Nice and simple, nice and straightforward, but a good functioning, working, sell point. A sell point that actually looks like it's in operation. Really nice little sell point for logs there. I do like that. It's not marked on the map, as you can see, but it is the sawmill for your logs, and logs only, because as you saw earlier, the wood chips are sold at the BMA, the Biomass heating plant. Here's our dealership. As we drive in, you saw the flags for loads of different brands there. Case, Krona, Deutzfahr. What have we got there? We've got Grimmer. What's the other one? Amazona. And then as we come in here, we've got the big Fendt, Valtra, Massey and Challenger Agco billboard on the top there. And this is our vehicle purchase point. So all of our vehicles will appear either inside, as they do at Sosnovka. They'll either appear in here, or depending on their size, or if in here is full, they'll spawn out here. This is also your reset point. So if you reset a vehicle, it will spawn outside in the car park. Sort of about where my cursor is where they start to spawn from. And then over here we have a nice little surprise. This is the vehicle interaction section over here. We've got these double-doored entrance points over here, and same again on the back, so you can drive in, service your equipment and drive out the other side. We've also got this really old tractor, kind of just beat up, broken down, hiding in the corner here. No branding on it, and I don't recognise what this is supposed to be. It does have MT3 on the back. If someone can identify it just from that, please do let me know. I have no idea what that's supposed to be, but I get the feeling it's supposed to be something, and I'm pretty sure that some people will recognise it. So if you know what it is, do let me know in the comments. I am curious. And there we go. There is our vehicle interaction box, so you can lease, return leased equipment, sell equipment, or just customise in here. Really nice little touch that. I love that. So cool. Right, moving onward once again. So from here we are going to cut back and come out right next to our farm again. So there's a little cut through path here. So say it was going all the way up there and using the main bridge road. We've got a nice little wooden side bridge just here. And then I kind of want to show you this as well. This is also a water top-up point just here. Now again, you will have to pay for your water from this point, but I drove a trailer up earlier in testing and stuck a trailer right next to this, and as I say, you can top up water trailers at that point, but it will charge you for it. And there's our farm where we started. So now we're going to run along the bottom here. Just going to whiz along here. We've got a garage coming up here, just a fuel point. And this has Krona branding on, the power of green. Very simple little sort of drive-in petrol station, fuel point, garage, gas station, whatever you want to call it. Nice and straightforward. Drive in, top up, and drive off again. And that looks to be a BP, but without the BP branding. Given that colour scheme and that kind of BP style of logo in the centre there. I'm going to cut through here. Again, this gives you an idea of just how easy it is to combine some of these fields. Look, I mean, we've got no weeds at all between these fields. We've got a couple of trees that are really easy to cut down, and then you can just plough straight through the rest of this, no problem whatsoever. Really, really simple. And this is actually a road that we're not supposed to use. This is actually a footpath. As we get to the end, we have bollards here. These are footpaths. No vehicles are supposed to come down here. This is the no access or no entry for cars and bikes. But this here is our next pair of sell points. This is the Balloon Tree and the Balloon Tree Farm Shop. Now the Balloon Tree Farm Shop is this one just here, and this is our spinnery. So this is where we sell our wool just here. It's not really obviously marked as a spinnery, but that's what that is just there. I mean, the size of the cell box, I suppose, kind of makes it a bit obvious. You do have an egg sell point there as well, and then if we drive around the other side, we have our grates in the floor to sell our grains at the actual Balloon Tree itself. Interesting name, the Balloon Tree, for a sell point, but there it is. And then obviously that goes off to the boundary of the map, so you will just crash into the tunnel if you try to go down there. Right, where next? From here we're going to go just check out the scenic point, which is the dairy. Now, as I say, as console players unfortunately cannot interact with this, and I don't know if this is active on the PC map. I know that on the original version of this on 2015 it wasn't active, but obviously there is the milk manual selling mod on PC, so they can use that. And here we go, this is the BDM, and I will pronounce that in just a second. So you've got a nice little sort of point here. I'm guessing that would be where you actually sell the milk. And this is the Bundesverband Deutscher Milchviehhalter. I think that's how it's pronounced. Bundesverband Deutscher Milchviehhalter, which basically translates to milk shop. That's the dairy. It's just completely scenic. You know, it serves no actual purpose for us console players other than just to be a piece of scenery. But it looks nice, and one day I hope we will get the manual milk selling mod, and we'll actually be able to use something like that on the map. That would be so nice. Right, we're whizzing up the side here. Again, you can see as we drive through these fields, look how easy it is to just combine these fields. You get a couple of trees that you have to get rid of, but that's it. There's no big weeds that stick up between the fields that you can't get rid of through ploughing. You just have a couple of trees to get rid of, and there you go. Nice and straightforward. Easy to combine them into big fields. And here is our animal dealership. Nice, huge, great big building. And then over here in the corner, this is our interaction box just here. So this is where we can actually purchase our animals from. Nice and simple, nice and straightforward, looks great. And again, you can see we have these spotlights that will automatically turn on at 9 o'clock. Don't forget, we are going to take a quick tour around the map at speed once it's night time, so you can see that as well. And then we've got another little footpath there, as you can see, that kind of runs around the back of the field. So we've got some nice little scenic areas. I'm not going to go through all of these, so I'll let you explore some of this yourself. I'm just going to obviously point out the major locations. And up next is the garden centre. This is another sell point. Again, it's not listed as a sell point on the mini-map or the main map, but this is actually a sell point. So as we drive into the garden centre, you can see here we have a sell point for slurry and a sell point for manure. And although I didn't bring a trailer, I'm guessing you can also, collect seed and fertilizer from here as well. Just looking around to see if I can see what might be a fertilizer sell point or, purchase point. I don't actually see one. Just lots and lots of pallets for seed. Oh, they're the green bags. They're fertilizer. So, yeah, it looks as though there are going to be sort of seed and fertilizer triggers up here. Although I can't confirm that because I haven't actually tried bringing anything up here. Right, where next? Blacker Hall is the last thing to look at. I'm just kind of wobbling around a little bit on the track. Here's that grass field I was telling you about with that little bit of forestry area in the middle. But when you buy field 12, obviously the trees you can cut down whenever you want, but if you want to work the grass field, you need to buy field 12, and the purchase point is just over there towards the entrance to the BGA. We're going to cut down here. Now you can see this field here, field 18 on our left. This is our field. We own that field, and it's the one and only field that we do own. Oh no, sorry, we own field 27 as well, but I thought we only owned the one. To turn my TV back on for a second there, it suddenly shut itself off. Yeah, this is a good sized starting field, as you can see. Really, really good size, especially when you consider the working width of the equipment that we have. That's a really good sized field indeed. And then here is Blacker Hall. This is the final sell point on the map. We haven't looked at this one yet. And we've got ourselves a grate just here for us to drop our grains off. Nice little sort of scenic area around the front. Let's just take another look around the back. Yeah, I don't know if we can interact with these. I'm guessing we probably can't. But yeah, this is quite a nice little sell point over here. And then we've got some trees over here that we could cut down as well if we wanted to. Again, a nice little mess of fir trees that you could maybe cut down. And let's take a look at field 27 as well. This is our final field that we own, and again it's a really good size, as you can see, especially for 3-meter working equipment. And neither of the fields that we start with are fully grown, which is unusual. Normally if we start with a map and we have more than one field, then at least one of those fields is fully grown. That's not the case this time, as you can see. And again, look how easy it would be to combine these two fields in the future. You just have a few trees you'd have to cut down. These are quite a lot of trees. A lot more than on some of the field boundaries. But with the Xylor from Rabode, the Black Sheep mod, we could easily just get rid of those trees very, very quickly. And then you'd be able to just link those together. Nice little scenic water feature just there as the bridge that goes over it. I'm going to just hop up the bank. And there we go. This nice little bridge just over this water feature here. It's a really, really nice little map. I kind of want to, move one of my farms onto here because I can see myself having so much fun. And it is a fully seasons ready map as well. So I'm sure at various different times of the year this thing is going to look absolutely incredible. So all that's left to do now is to take a look at this at night with those automatic lights on. So I'm going to head back to the farm and we'll start out from there so you can see our farmyard with all those auto lights on. I'll see you in just a second. And let there be light. How cool was that? Seeing all those lights just switch on at 9 o'clock. Right, let's slow time down to real time so we can really appreciate this. This just looks stunning. This is so cool. All of the lights have come on, both our interior and exterior lights, as you can see. Looks absolutely fantastic. There's the sun setting in the distance there. You can see these external spotlights over our vehicles as well at various different points. The street lights, they are all turned on at 9 o'clock as well. It really, really does just transform the map. How cool does this look? All those lights just blinking away in the distance like that. So we're going to jump in the truck and we're going to have a quick whistle-stop tour around the map just to see some of the sights. I love this farmhouse though. Look at those spot lamps on the driveway. It's just, such a nice little touch. It really, really is. So let's kind of whiz up and take a look at the town, because the village is probably going to look amazing. I must confess, I didn't do this beforehand. This is a completely new experience for me, seeing this at night. And yeah, look at this. How awesome does this village look now? All the street lights and the houses all lit up like this. And that sunset, oh, it's stunning. I suppose we better put our lights on as well. There's that bird song again. It's just such a wonderful little place to be. We'll take a quick drive into the BGA. Just hit that ramp, and again you can see the spotlights in here. They're all on. All the building lights inside and the exterior spotlights are on. And all the pit lights on the BGA bunkers are on as well, so you don't have to worry about working in the dark. You know, it is nicely lit for you. I kind of got to go through this gate because I want to see the beacons at night as well. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant. There's no reason why we shouldn't have that on our vehicles, Giants. Sort yourselves out, please. Just absolutely stunning. I'm going to take this little bridge. Get our lights back on. There's the pig farm. Again, you can see the lights are on at the pig farm. No lights at the picnic area. No lights at the sawmill by the look of it, or the biomass plant. But it just looks wonderful. Now you can imagine this with seasons and the right lighting and the trees and maybe snow as well. This thing is just going to look absolutely stunning. It really is. And bar a couple of points where, you know, there's a lot of objects in place, or where you've got a lot. I mean, look at these. Really nice little light blooms there. You can see sort of like the dust hanging in the air as it illuminates those areas. You can imagine this at various different times of the year at night time with the seasons lighting rather than the traditional game lighting. This thing is just going to look absolutely beautiful. It really is. Such a wonderful kind of visual experience. And you know, the field layouts are really good as well. You can see there's a really good mix of fields that are designed to be sort of friendly for the AI, and also some more, you know, odd-shaped fields for people who enjoy the manual work, and the odd-shaped fields, you know, where you have to kind of work those corners. There's a bit of something for everybody in here. And if you want super fields, fields 1, 2 and 3 will combine together so easily to make one massive field along the top. 13, 15, 28 could be combined into a field. You could probably even throw 16 and 17 into that mix as well. You've got a little bit of tree line between 17 and 27, so you couldn't necessarily throw that one in the mix. But there's so many different ways you could combine these fields. 32 and 34 down at the bottom of the map would look really, really good as well. It's just, this map looks great. Look at the dealership at night. All those lights. This map just looks absolutely incredible. And I'm going to go back to my favourite point as we end this map off. And that is here. This little farmhouse. I can't drive for it. Save my life at the moment. But look at this. I love these spot lamps here on this driveway. It looks brilliant. It really does. So there we go. That is Green River 2017. This is just a truly, truly beautiful map. I mean, look at how good that shot is there with the light shining through the trees. It's just, this whole map looks beautiful. It's going to play really well. It's got really good field design layouts as well. Love these barns and these, roll door storage areas. I love the cow sheds. I love everything about this map. I don't have anything that I can really point to and say that looks a bit hokey, that looks a bit iffy. I mean, obviously some of the stuff is lower res than the rest of the map, but with consoles we have to kind of forgive that because they help keep the frame rate issues down. So yeah, I love this. I absolutely love this, and I'm sure you will as well. Please do give this map a try because it is definitely worthy of your attention. That's it for me. I am Jim Bob. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another map tour very soon.